Today, an old high school teacher of mine called me an idealist. I am now drawing connections from that suffocating sense of apathy that overwhelmed my teenage life to the death of my youthful creativity. I see clearly now the point in time where I began to become disenchanted. It was within the walls of the institution built to better me, to focus me, to teach me success. I went to a school that claimed it stepped out of regular bylaws of society, that promised to train the artist within. I went to an arts and communications magnet school, and still I found myself losing my voice. My ability to speak out faded away. Looking back, I can trace the progression of excitement and exploration into my feelings of distrust and betrayal. My mentors were standing before me, holding up a box. "Look," they said, "this is where you're going. Inside, where you're safe. I live there now, with my wife and kids. We have a few dogs. We take picnics to the park. You'll love it." The box was a cubic foot, the flaps of the lid hanging limply like Venus flytraps in waiting. I looked a little closer, and I could see, in the space just outside of the box, there were tiny twinkling lights. As I watched, they began to move, a slow rotation orbiting around the dull cardboard package. I blinked, wiped my eyes, and took another look. Sure enough, they were still there, now dancing about the body of my ninth grade history teacher. "What about all that magic there, outside the box?" I ask. "Magic?" he replies. "There's no such thing as magic," he states as the tiny lights weave through his thinning hair. His hand passes above his forehead, gently ruffling them away. Today, an old high school teacher of mine called me an idealist. Thankfully, I have learned better than to take in his experience of me as my own. I see his reality tunnel as a mirror of my own path. This great influence in my life is asking for me to shed my light brighter than I ever have before. If I am not illuminating the world of those I have held up on pedestals, then it's time for me to step up to the highest peak and sing it out loud, where all may hear my call, where all are waiting for me to summit with my spark, because together we are the sun, giving light into the dark, defining colors and adding perception to the depth of our bodies. We connect through space by vibrations of sound, touching me, touching you, touching me again. It's time we play, and we can heal this way, making waves with our hearts through a song, the way that we pray. It's through our voices, our intentions, that will bring the light into the day. You may say that I am a dreamer, but I now know that I am not the only one. We are waiting for you to wake up from the illusion of our division. Look around the box, and you will see the magic that weave your cocoon. You will feel your wings beginning to push away the lining, peeling back the layers. You'll be surprised you hadn't noticed them before, taking to flight. Twinkling in the reflection of yourself, the sun, you will hear the wind anew, the song carried for you. Through all of the world it has blown, knowing that if it kept coming back, you would one day listen. And you will see that you have taught me all that you could, pushing me into the wind until I caught the current that lifted me up, where I've been floating free ever since.